Yeah, it goes, everybody, because today we'll continue to play Sepia Tears. Midwinter's reprise. Huh. Okay, let's go for Myra's Diary. Thursday, January 1st, Myra's Diary. The 1st of January. The beginning of a new year, a new chapter. There couldn't be a better time to write this entry. I have a confession to make. Multiple confessions, actually. I was Mark's classmate in junior high. Or to be more precise, I was his secret admirer. People were a challenge for me. Mathematics, art, and athletics were easy, but people were a challenge. My father, Leonard Kinsey, oh, yeah, remember that guy? The guy that did the cherry blossom thing? The man responsible for the cherry tree on the hill, yeah, that thing. He's always been kind to me, but he always kept me in his shadow. Fame and fortune are a barrier when they don't belong to you. Proud and confident on the outside, empty on the inside. I was a model daughter and I was alone. Mark was different back then, back when I fell for him. He was creative, charming, always smiling. If a little awkward, he must have thought he could do anything. He certainly acted like it. He caught my eye because it fell. He doodled in his notebooks as the teachers droned on. I always wondered what he might be daydreaming about. Soon my own daydreams took hold. Every day at lunch after class, I would unconsciously dream up scenarios that led me to him, accidentally dropping my books, helping him with an assignment, bumping into him while getting a drink at the water fountain. But they were daydreams, and daydreams never come true. So my feelings gnawed at me from the inside instead. It was like hunger. When the body doesn't get what it wants, it lets you know in the worst way possible. The heart works the same way. I'm pretty sure it just pumps out blood, but okay. Eventually, I noticed a change. He started looking at a certain girl from the next class over, and it was a strange look, the same one I saw when I looked in the mirror. Naturally, I did the only thing I could do. I watched. The leaves fell to the ground and snow hid them. I watched as he talked to the girl at lunch and bumped into her in the halls. Something started dying inside me, but I couldn't understand it. It's called jealousy. And at the same time, something was born. I soon came to know a determination that I didn't think I had. He had told her to meet him on the roof after school, and from the way he paced back and forth in class, pretending to clean and pack his bags as his eyes anxiously darted to the clock, I knew what he was going to do. So I followed him. The confession wasn't as bad as he thought it was, but through the lens of heartbreak, a paper cut becomes a knife wound. The girl was attractive, confident, popular. It was no surprise that he fell for her. As it turned out, it was no surprise to her either. She turned him down without a second thought. Oh, at least she's honest and knows what she wants. I still don't know what was going through her mind. Preference. Did she want to end the rejection as quickly as possible, like pulling off a band-aid? Was she so upset to being adored that she lost her ability to sympathize with a broken heart? Oh, people have different circumstances, different beliefs, they're individuals. They can't be the same as any other person would react. I'm not sure, but when she walked by Mark's incapacitated body, she paused for a moment, pulled the ribbon out of her hair, and wrote something. Did she always do that? This is the real Myra, I guess. Maybe she had an infinite supply of hair ribbons at home, and she distributed one to every boy she rejected, or it was just a whim, after noticing that they weren't alone, and seeing my no doubt teary eyes. She simply pulled out a marker out of her bag, jotted down one final message, dropped it by Mark's hands, and left. Dramatic. The crucial piece of information that took him 3 years to remember that he never picked up that ribbon. I did. Time flew by after that. I moved overseas with my parents as part of a business decision, but I was glad to escape. I wasn't running away. I was angry. Angry and determined. It didn't take long. I bought new clothes, grew my hair out, got contacts, practiced smiling in front of a mirror. And every day, I wore that ribbon in my hair, the memento of 2 tragic first loves. My classmates were distant from me at first, knowing that I was from a wealthy family, but I began to fit in before long. I made real friends there and overcame my phobia of people. All that remained was overcoming my phobia of love. Good for you. That was when an opportunity fell into my lap. My dad told me that we would be relocating back home, and that I could come with him or stay with my other relatives for a few years. I hesitated for a moment. I was happy, so why return to a place that could only make me sad? But that was precisely why I had to go back. I had something to prove. I came home at the beginning of December, and I was to start attending school when the new term began. God damn it, what is wrong with my throat today? Dad allowed me to select the high school of my choice, so I did some research. The excitement was building. Oh, look at that. There's a building specifically made for excitement. I found out that Mike was attending a local high school with his sister and 2 friends, and that it wasn't unreasonable for me to attend as well. In the meantime, I had a month to make contact and see what I had missed out on over those 3 years. If all went well, I'd find out that Mark had gotten over his heartbreak. He'd look at me as a girl for the first time, and I'd prove myself that I wasn't as weak as I used to be. But things never go well. I knew he was empty from the moment I first spoke to him. But even if he didn't want to face his feelings, I could show him that love wasn't something to fear. I'd prove it to him, and prove it to myself. The technical stuff was easy. There was a garden beneath a balcony under the school roof. All I had to do was slide from the balcony to the soil, so that explains how she disappeared. No, not disappeared, when she kinda faded away when she jumped off the rooftop. I hid there for at least 10 minutes, so, of course, she didn't see any footprints. After that, wow, good thing you didn't freeze to death. After that, all I had to do was make use of my surroundings. He had already expected me to do the impossible, so disappearing in the forest was as simple as stepping off the path and hiding behind a tree. He knew he didn't have to search for me either, because I promised to find him. Mark saw through me, apparently. I was surprised. I tricked him at first, but he knew that I was smiling from my heart when I found him in that park after he talked to Lillian. I was shocked when I found myself enjoying the conversation, shocked and a little afraid. The visit to his room wasn't even part of the plan. I just wanted to see him. God damn it. Imagine having a girl this love-struck on you. You're probably a happy man. You'd probably be like, you know what, let's get married. I don't mind. It was fun to tease him, to see his reactions to my silliness, and I wanted to get swept up and taken to the first place he could think of. I started to see the quirky charm buried beneath years of forced apathy. Before long, I was in love. It was terrible. I didn't want to fall for him. I just wanted to prove that I was no longer a slave to my emotions, but I ended up proving the opposite. The more I think about it, the more cruel it becomes. Am I only happy because I forced myself to change 3 years ago? My confidence started out as nothing but a lie. Is that what it takes? And what about Mark? Even after trying his hardest, he still got hurt, both 3 years ago and now. If I hadn't met him, would he still be avoiding love at every turn? It's horrible. No matter how much we talked, all we would come up with is that love is a horrible, horrible thing. All is fair because it doesn't play by the rules. You can fight your hardest or give up before the battle begins, and you can still win or lose. There's no structure to life, no overarching theme or black and white belief that determines who succeeds and who fails. There isn't always a lesson. Einstein was wrong. Repeating the same action over and over can grant you drastically different results, and finding a new method doesn't guarantee change. Maybe in the end, all that matters is that you don't run away. If an ideal appears before you, seize it. Make the storybook real. Alright, that was satisfying, but my head is aching and I need to go to bed. Oh, the self-awareness. After writing so much of that stuff, like, for some reason I kind of get lost the way this visual novel is written. I love it. We've got a long year ahead of us, and I'm still tired from our New Year's celebration last night. Okay. Oh, look at that. Cute. Okay, where's the words? Am I supposed to press enter or something? Okay. So now that we're kind of done with that, are we really forever done? Yeah. Bonus. I mean, there's still some. I wonder why they never really interacted, or yeah, Lucas and Lillian never reacted to Myra's existence. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out that wait, after that karaoke stuff, nothing happens. That sucks. So anyway, what if I just fall? I can't. I can't. It might not be impossible. I'll admit that much. But even so, it isn't just worth it. Oh boy, let's see. What's gonna happen if we give up? And what happens now? Come on, show. Am I supposed to press enter? Still waiting. Wait, that's it? I'm clicking on. Oh, there you go. It was over. There you go. Or so I thought. But it stung me over and over. The realization that you can't turn your heart off. I gave up. I wanted it to end. I would have been content with purgatory if it meant an escape from this hell. But purgatory exists only in death. I can't forget her, even when I wanna. If trying to freeze my heart 3 years ago didn't work, no way in hell would it work now. You can't turn off your heart. You can't. It's stupid, impossibly stupid, but love isn't even a choice. Okay, so it's the same thing, I guess. Remember when we first went to the school rooftop, and then after that we went to the hill? What if we go to the hill directly first? Go to the hill. I've got it. Now, well, the skip button is visible, meaning we've seen this before. Yep. I try to respond, but her expression stops me. Mark, it's over. I screwed up and we'll never be able to be together after what happened. Goodbye. Whoa, wait. I shout at her, but her figure vanishes down the hidden path at the back of the hill. God, that's dangerous. I run after her, but the results don't surprise me. All that's left are footprints in the snow. I collapse. Oh, that's right. I caught a glimpse of something when I was chasing after her. A ribbon, yep. Full of hair. Something inside of me cracks. No. Okay. No. This isn't over. I made the right decision. I found her. I read her heart. I was an inch from success, but the cycle continues, which means as long as I persist, I can try again, over and over and over and over, even if it kills me, even if it turns me into a dry, soulless husk. That's getting a little extreme there, fella. Oh, same thing, eh? Let's see. We stood up, and that's a good ending. I'll do it. I'll do it again. I'll stab myself again and again and again. If it's for her, I'll shatter my heart as many times as it takes. And then, same thing, right? Yep. What? We go to the hill again? Alright. I got it. Yep. Same thing. Yeah. Cool. Great ending, though. What if we fall again, even though we just fell? I can't. It might not be impossible. I'll admit that much. But even so, it isn't just worth it. Yeah, it isn't worth it. So now what? What are you gonna do, Mark? Hello? Come on, do something. Do something. Hello? Come on, man, don't leave me hanging. That's rude. Come on, man. Well, do something. Why is there any dialogue? Come on. Click. There you go. It was over. Or so I thought, but it took me over and over. The realization that you can't turn your heart off. Gave up, I wanted to end. Yeah, we read this before, even though the skip button is invisible. Can't forget her even when I wanna. I try to freeze my heart. Can't turn off your heart, you can't. It's stupid, impossibly stupid, but love isn't even a choice. So we just, yeah. So this is just on repeat, on a cycle. So if I fall again and then go to the rooftop, it's the same thing over and over again. What if I go to the rooftop? Maybe this is different. Yeah, same thing. It's fine. Go to hell. Yeah, it's the same thing. No problem. I guess yeah. So I guess the only thing I don't like here is, Myra confessed that she's not the first love of Mark. She was just a secret admirer that changed her life, etc., to suit the preferences of Mark's first love. But the thing that really bothered me is, what kind of person was she before this? Like, there was no hint. I thought Myra's diary will help us in understanding who the real Myra is, but I don't know, man. It's too short. But man, the way this was written, it was so fun to read. So this is Sepia Tears. If you want to try the game for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. The characters are funny, quirky. They have their own personalities because of the way they, what do you call it? The way they talk. Oh, wait a second. Before we even actually end it, there's another thing here that we could have done. Load. What if we... Here you go. What if we don't confess? I'm sorry, Lillian. I hear a pin drop somewhere in the distance. I've been selfish, haven't I? What? It's alright, you don't need to pretend. I know how you feel. I'm sorry for putting you through all of this. I knew that you had your own problems to worry about, but I couldn't let my own feelings rest. All's fair in love and war, isn't it? Huh. I guess that's right. A cold, black emptiness seeps into me. It's not a stranger, but that's no reason to force my pain onto someone else. And I know better than anyone that those 3 magic words can never guarantee happiness. Thanks for being here for me, Mark. That's what today was supposed to be about, right? She smiles and her eyes drift to an unreachable point in the distance, just as always. And then what happens? Okay. Alright, so it's the same thing, eh? What if... Are there any more choices that we missed? This confession. No, don't overwrite. Let's see. What if we... yeah. I'll run off with Mara before Rin notices I'm gone. I might end up regretting this. Well, seeing as you came all this way, I guess we could go somewhere. Really? Thanks. You're the best, Oni-chan. Mara jumps through the window and lands on me, knocking me back onto the bed. Ouch, what was that for? Is everything alright up there? I know we joke about your daydreaming habit, but this is a bit much. That's not good. See what you made me do? Try to muffle my voice, but we can't keep talking here for long. It's not my fault if you like to wake up early and talk to yourself, even when it's clear that no one else is in the room. Blair. Just stay quiet and it should be fine. Sorry, alright, fine, as long as you promise to come with me. Myra reluctantly gets up and returns to her perch on the windowsill. And turn around, I need to change, don't I? Aww. You're awfully shy for a guy, aren't you? My face turns hot out of either embarrassment or anger. If you don't turn around right now, I'll never forget to lock my window again. Alright, I'll do it. Just don't take too long, it's cold out here. As tempted as I am to say your fault for not using the front door, I hold my tongue and reach for my school uniform. Are you done yet? I think one of your neighbors saw me. Then get out of the window. But you're... Now close your eyes, I don't know, just don't attract any attention. Mark, are those footsteps on the stairs? Crap, let's go. Hang on, there's an art to jumping through windows. I won't ask. Great foreshadowing on what she does with the rooftop. Really, there's a trick to it. It goes like this. Now, be careful. My voice shoots through the open window as Myra hurriedly climbs out. Don't worry, it's just one story, and there's a railing to land on. That's not what it's meant for. Oh, come on, just try it. It's fun. Fun? You call jumping out of bedroom windows fun? But I don't have much of a choice. Here goes. What happens here? My rough foot catches the hard surface of the railing with a fair amount of force, but it isn't enough to hurt me. And with my remaining strength, I propel myself to the side and land on the ground with both feet. That actually wasn't so bad. See, I told you it would be fun. It's only fun until you break your leg. I've been doing this for years, and I still haven't broken anything. Wait, you've been doing this for years? I knew she was a stalker. No time to chat. We're off. Wait up. Myra grabs my arm and pulls me into the unknown. I get the feeling I'm going to be late for school. You think I would complain about the weather, but it isn't bad today. If only it were like this yesterday when we were traveling to Lillian's place. Lillian. Shoot, I wasn't supposed to think about her. Focus. Mark, something the matter? No, I was just thinking about something pointless. More importantly, what are we doing here? With Myra standing comfortably at my side like an old friend, I find myself in front of a city park. Except that it's the middle of winter. Who goes to the park in the winter? Someone that owns a husky, probably. It's a playground, can't you see? I know it's a playground. I'm asking why we're here. Because there's nowhere else to go, I guess. Fair enough. We're already skipping school and jumping out of windows. Why not spend the morning near a snow-covered playground? Myra clears the snow off a bench and directs me to sit down. Wait right here. There's a convenience store nearby. I'll pick us up something to drink. You sure? I wouldn't mind going with you. That's alright. I know the owner. That isn't much of a reason, but okay. I'll be back in a moment, alright? Oh well. I sigh a resigned sigh, and I take in a deep breath of crisp air. I gotta admit, this park sure looks nice covered in all the snow. It's already time for the holidays. Christmas, eh? I think Ren will be with Lucas and some of their other friends, so if I wanted to do something, I could. But do what? I think about it idly for a moment. She stands beside me, and our hands are linked, but we hardly feel anything through the gloves and mittens. It's an idle daydream, I know, but it feels real. More real in my head than in my reality, anyway. I turn to her, heart pounding, and get rejected. What? I'm back. Snapping to my senses, I spot Myra running back with a pair of juice boxes in her hands. Juice boxes? She went through all that trouble to buy juice? Here, take one. Don't take this the wrong way, but is this the best you could come up with? I was kidding, but it looks like she's seriously offended. But juice is good. It's tasty, healthy, and it refreshes the body and mind. I can give it a shot. I pull the straw out of its container, pierce through the foil coating, and sip. Peach. Yep, it's my favorite. It's strong. Yeah, it's highly concentrated peach juice, filled with as much pulp as physically possible. Incredible, isn't it? Why do I talk to you? Because you can't resist. God damn it. At least they're honest. So pulpy. Seriously, I used to love these when I was a kid. Were you possessed by the devil when you were a kid? You don't have much faith in my taste buds, do you? Not at the moment, no. Sitting on a park bench at a school morning in the middle of winter, talking idly about meaningless things without a trace of awkwardness in the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that we were childhood friends. So what were you like as a kid, Myra? Me? Trying to think of a way to avoid the question. Kinda. Well, at least she's honest. Alright then, I won't bother asking about your past. It's obviously something you don't want to talk about. That's suspiciously kind of you. Don't get used to it, I'm just not in the mood right now. Since we're already spending our morning here instead of doing what we should be doing, we might as well make it count, right? Myra finishes the thick mass of pulp she calls juice. I take a sip of it. You know, I think I like you, Mark. Any guy who can warm up to a stranger after only a couple of days has to be a good person. Did you just compliment me? Well, he would also have to be naive and careless, and probably disloyal too. You're a horrible person. Why, thank you. I swear this girl is... You're thinking of something along the lines, this girl might be weird, but she's actually kind of nice now that I'm talking to her, right? Nope, definitely not. Spot on. Well then, what were you thinking about? I was thinking that you're surprisingly good at making conversation, even when you barely know someone. Really, I never used to be good at this stuff before. She abruptly stops, the last puff of condensation disappearing into the sky. I mean, having trouble? You're a strange guy, huh? Do you hate me? What's that supposed to mean? Are you serious? No, of course not. You'd never hate someone like me, right? Sorry about that, I'm being weird. I'm usually not weird. Could have fooled me. You know what I mean. Anyway, let's change the subject. But we have nothing to talk about, remember? That's not true. We could talk about you. Me? What makes you think there's anything interesting about me? You'd be surprised. I mean, there's only one way to know for certain, right? So let's start. Do you want an autobiography? Not exactly. Let's start with something simple, like... I know. What kind of stuff do you do at school? Well, nothing right now, seeing as I'm skipping for the first time this term thanks to someone. You don't have to be here if you don't want to be. You know what I mean. I don't know, school's normal for us. We show up, attend class, do homework, write tests, and eventually we arrive at the summer holidays. That's it. Pretty much. Then what are you studying? Do you have any particular aspirations? Nah, not really. I'm not an aspiration kind of guy. It's going to be tough for you in the future then. Straight to the point, I see. To be honest, I think I respect the fact that you're not looking for too much out of life. You just called me a simpleton, didn't you? You're simple, but not really in a bad way. So you're not denying it? That's not the point. I think it's nice that you can appreciate the finer details in life and not aim for anything too grand. It's intriguing. You're the first person that's ever said that to me. Really, I thought it would have been a pretty common opinion. It isn't, trust me. Everywhere I go, people always tell me that I aim too low, that I don't have any real direction. But lack of direction doesn't necessarily mean you're lost. It just means you're making your way to the finish without taking any preset route. The conclusion's the same. Not bad, I never expected much from you. You really don't have much faith in me, do you? Well, even if that were the case in the past, I think it's changed now. I've gained a bit more respect for you. It's practically an insult, but maybe I can accept it as a compliment. At any rate, school isn't a big deal for us. It's just something that students put up with because we have to. And I'm definitely not the only one without a goal. I see, but don't your friends bother you about it? From my experience, it bothers them alright, or at least it definitely bothers one of them. You haven't changed, Mark. You're still... Myra's eyes drift to the ground, lost in the deserted, wintry paradise. The cold wind stings in my heart. I told you I'm fine, there's no need to worry about me. I told you? I didn't tell her anything, it's just a topic that I instinctively avoid. You're right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. We danced around each other, tiptoeing on thin ice. Holy shit. Foreshadowing, they were like ice skating in the chapter 4. Yeah. Without warning, Minor pulls out a pocket watch, one of the old-fashioned ones with elegant designs etched into the metal, and checks the time. Yeah, this has been fun, but I really gotta go. My school is less lenient than I made it sound. Before I can ask about the pocket watch, she skips away. Wait, Myra. Normally I'd wait, but I really don't have the time to stick around anymore. I'd like to see you again. Whenever you have time, it doesn't matter. Don't disappear on me. Silly. Didn't we already go over this? Of course I'll find you. With that, she turns the corner and disappears into the snow. Don't be late for school. I shout those words to an empty park, unsure of why I spoke them. That's rich coming from me, the guy skipping school. Okay, so this is it, eh? So we can skip this part. And yeah, I think we've done everything. I think we've done every route. Yeah, this is pretty great, man. So I think I'm gonna edit here because I have to prepare for work now. So this is Sepia Tears. If you want to try the game for yourself, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. God, this game is pretty great. The quirks, yeah, character quirks, character development, the comedy, the writing's really funny. But then when serious moments are serious, it's really serious, if that makes sense. I love it. I guess the one thing I don't like about it is Myra. Like, who the hell? Like, I guess we were never really given any foreshadowing or hint that Myra was actually a secret admirer of Mark this whole time and not actually Mark's first love. So, yeah. But still, that's just a little, yeah, it's just one little thing. Maybe it'll be perfect if it changes that or something.